G'day, my name's Tom and this is Lucy, and we're riding our motorbike from my hometown of Perth, Western Australia,
all the way to my hometown of London, England.
So, if you're new here, here's a quick recap on the trip so far. On January 1st, 2025, we left our home in Perth, we sold everything we own, quit our jobs and traded it all for a life on the road. It just so happens this is the hottest month of the year, and we battled our way through the heat of the Australian desert to make our way to Darwin in the Northern Territory. All of this to get our bike on a cargo ship to Timor-Leste.
We rode straight into Indonesia's wet season and caught ferries from West Timor to Flores to Sulawesi and finally to Borneo, eventually crossing into the Malaysian half of the island. We loaded the DR onto its first ever flight over to Kuala Lumpur.
This means no more boats, no more flights, all the way to the English Channel. We head steady north from here into Thailand. We say goodbye to the ocean and have a wild ride through the northern provinces before cruising on up into beautiful Laos. We totally fell in love with this country, but push on north and prepare to leave Southeast Asia.
And now we're here, on the threshold of China. It's May 27th, 2025. That's 147 days and 16,585 kilometers later. And so far, so good.
Where are we?
Water crossing into China was actually surprisingly really chill. Nobody even checked our bags or anything.
The first order of business in China was to meet our guide, Joey. To travel with your own vehicle in China, it is compulsory to be a part of a government-authorized tour. This is expensive, and it is not our preferred way to travel, but we did appreciate Joey's insight and help with all the bureaucracy. We had been in contact with the company for months in advance to organize all of the paperwork and even to get our mandatory Chinese driving licenses.
A lot of this trip has revolved around this date, and China is shrouded in mystery. We truly have no idea what to expect. But we're here, we're in, the hard part's done, so let's see what it's all about. So, given that we had to jump through these hoops and pay all this extra money, you might be wondering, why China? Well, this is where we are, and in the past, people would bypass China and go this way. But due to the ongoing conflict in Myanmar, all land borders are currently closed, and the only way from Southeast Asia to, well, anywhere really, is through China. Due to the cost, complexity, and confusion in organising this, most overlanders tend to go through China the most direct route and go as quick as possible. But to be honest, the most expensive and difficult part is actually just getting into the country. So since that's done, we figured we may as well see it for what it truly is. An opportunity to see parts of China few get to see from this unique perspective.
Thank you.
Oh.
Very kind.
Thank you.
一个就够，我们新一领的啊，谢谢。再来一个。他们是，他是澳大利亚的。For your health. Must stop.
This is the small bowl.
The Pu'Er region is world famous for its tea and the beautiful misty hills where it is grown. We were invited by a local farmer to see his tea fields, where some of the trees are hundreds of years old.
Just the two leaves. They connect two leaves.
Of course, we sampled the product, which was probably the best tea we've ever had, and was served to us by a lovely woman from the Hani ethnic minority group.
带来民族体验感，那就你这儿了。是啊，以后拿诺萨也有在这里做啊。
起胸铃哎，阿维诺飘女莫拉娘，阿维诺啊阿那嘎罗呀哎。
好。
I'm just walking around Nuodong, I believe it's pronounced, by myself. It really feels like medieval, to be honest. Like, it feels like stepping back in time, like living medieval village. The houses are made out of well, I suppose in the UK we call it wattle and daub, like a straw and mud mixture. All the streets are cobbled. Nuodong is built on a steep hillside and the streets are far too narrow for cars, so the locals use donkeys as their ancestors did. But one thing we really loved about China was the strange mix of ancient and modern, like this automated police robot tucked in beside a 1,000-year-old Confucian temple. The other very cool thing about Nuodong is that it's built around a natural salt deposit, and its economy depended on the extraction and processing of this salt, and also on its production of cured meats. You see these huge prosciutto hams hanging under the roof of almost every house. We stayed with a set of 4 siblings in their 80s who have lived in this village their whole lives and had spent the morning gathering wild herbs in the hills. And of course we had to try their homemade cured ham.
That's really good. The next day we requested that we stay off the freeways and take more of the country roads. And after about 10 minutes, our guide got bogged. Since we're the only people on this tour, we could kind of choose where we wanted to go, so we would just pick somewhere random on the map and go see what it's like.
Now he's looking like the superstar. English, it seems like King of Ocean.
King of Ocean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neptune?
Is he saying that I look like Jason?
Oh, maybe.
These small towns don't get a lot of foreigners passing through, so people were very surprised to see us, and we love meeting them too. We had a really awesome time exploring rural Yunnan. But we had to keep moving west, and with that came a huge increase in elevation as we began to climb up onto the Tibetan Plateau. At just over 3,000 meters is the town of Shangri-La.
It's beautiful. Out smooth. Like blazing.
Ah,
Good luck.
thank you.
This is where we swap guides and meet Lon. He is our Tibetan guide. He's super chill, like most Tibetans, and we like Lon. He doesn't take things too seriously and kind of just leaves us alone to do our own thing. Although we're still in the Yunnan province, it feels like we crossed an unofficial border somewhere, and it feels like a whole new country. The architecture is different, the food is different, the language is different, and people even look different. But most noticeably, the elevation and dramatic change in landscape. The mountain ranges are beautiful and rugged, the weather is totally unpredictable, and the windy roads through the valleys are notoriously dangerous and always keep you on your toes. These landslides and rockfalls are super common, and when you look up, you remember why it's not a good idea to stop here and take photos.
Alright, well, we noticed that we're getting this like strange liquid here at the front, like on the back plate. It's coming from our fork seals. So we had to hit the brakes pretty hard a couple of times from just random like fucking yaks on the road, and yeah, I'm not super sure how I'm gonna solve this problem from here.
To be clear, we're also not carrying spare fork seals, and we are also in a very rural part of China, heading into Tibet tomorrow. So we don't really know how we're going to fix this problem.
There we go. Come up.
So yeah, Lucy's cut out a little bit of plastic, a little hook on the end. And just run that around inside the seal, and that was the idea of kind of trying to like hook out like whatever's got in there. It's like a bit of a quick fix. So it's in there. Run it around. I think I've got it out. Probably, like 10 k's or something, but if I can just like slither it, filthy. Yeah, hold it. I'm just gonna push.
This was actually a bit of a stress, as the oil can leak down onto the disc brake. But, like with most problems, the right attitude, paired with some zip ties and a bowl of noodles, gets the job done.
Okay, good morning from Dechen in northwest Yunnan province. Today is the day we are officially entering into Tibet, which is, well as being a personal lifelong dream of mine, is also kind of a huge achievement for us to have come all the way from our home in Australia to Tibet. We left January 1st, 2025, and it is now June 5th, so it's taken us about half a year to get here, and a lot has happened during that time, and we still have a really long way to go. But for the moment, we are just freezing and exhausted, and really, really excited to be entering Tibet today.
And just like that, we're leaving Yunnan. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, we really do love you. Tune in for our next episode of Tibet. This place totally kicked our butts, but we loved every minute of it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.
Let's go to Tibet!